Welcome back to the Wrestling Related Podcast, where the topics are related to wrestling, and the three of us are related to each other. I am Josh.
Dustin.
Hi, guys. Corey.
And you guys are catching us on your favorite podcast platform, and we have got Wrestledream from AEW coming up this weekend, Saturday the 12th. And it was funny because right before we were getting ready to record, Dustin, you were saying that you only had like 6 matches that you saw that they had or something like that. I had to correct him and say, as of this recording, Wednesday night,
62.
There are 11. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a 12th one that we're going to get coming in.
I got no idea what they are then.
So we will go through these. And some of these you guys might be aware of. Some of them you might not be aware of.
All right.
But before we even get to one of the matches, one of the first things that was announced is Swerve Strickland is coming back.
I saw that.
So that was a great little vignette they did. And it makes me wonder, if Swerve is coming back, will we also see the debut of Bobby Lashley? I mean, the way they've been setting it up with MVP and Prince Nana and wanting to get Swerve to be a part of it.
Shelton Benjamin already.
Shelton Benjamin's already there.
I love me some Shelton Benjamin.
It would be interesting. I could be down with that, especially in that. And I can't remember the guy's name, and I feel bad for not knowing, because I know he's been on some of the Ring of Honor stuff, but he was in the background of the Swerve video training with him. And I can't remember what his name is, but he's been on some of the Ring of Honor stuff. Pretty decent. So I could see him being part of the business. I'm guessing that's what they're going to call this faction. Is just the business.
So real quick before we get started, and we're talking about Swerve and Lashley and MVP and Bobby and Shelton Benjamin and everything. In the world that we live in, with everybody and their brother and even, Mama Sue throwing super kicks, has anybody taken it better than Shelton Benjamin when HBK super kicked him after jumping off the top rope?
There is one that is close. And the one that is close was NXT, and it was Ricochet taking it from Adam Cole because it was off a moonsault.
I think I saw that.
And he ate it, and it's like, it's close. Like, I don't know. I don't know which one was better. They're different.
Maybe it's like, the fact that Shelton was the first to come off the top rope and take it.
Yes.
And that's why it just sticks in your brain.
Right. And that one, I will say, Shelton taking that from HBK, that set the bar.
So good.
And
let's
the only one that I can think of that comes close is the Ricochet Adam Cole.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can I jump in here, being the old school historian, cantankerous one, and just say that
back in his day,
back in my day,
that am I the only one that is like bored with all the bent knee twist, turn around, and stick my foot up and mule kicks for a super kick instead of an actual sweet chin music type of super kick? I mean,
yep, you're the only one bored.
Throw up. You have HBK doing sweet chin music, and he's hitting guys with his legs straight out like a Sid Vicious and Kevin Nash, and now you got guys that are.
I don't remember him ever going like straight out. I remember him doing the same thing.
Straight out, but no, he would like bend way down, but his leg was.
Oh yeah.
But his leg wasn't bent. I mean, it was. Some of this stuff, I mean, the guy's knee is still waist high, but their heel is stuck up in the air. And and
there's a safety reason why, because if it's proven, even with us, it's proven that when your foot and your leg is completely straight and you're doing that super kick, you knock people's teeth loose, right, Josh?
I'm just saying.
Don't lead with the face
anymore. Hey, I'm supposed to take it. What?
Okay.
Feed with the body, not the chin.
Aside from HBK, best super kick. Real quick.
That is a whole nother topic. That is a whole nother show.
This one thing.
You mean like overall super kick, or are you talking individual super kick that you've ever seen?
Just person that gives the best super kicks besides
other than HBK?
Other than HBK.
I don't know.
I got one.
Okay.
Lance Storm.
Lance Storm had a good super kick.
Lance Storm.
He had a good super kick. Yeah.
And listen to his interview with Chris Van Vliet. Van Vliet. Mm-hmm. His super kick is because someone told him that if you can't do it consistently against a brick wall, don't do it in the ring. And so he stood there and kept practicing. He's like,
well, I mean,
it's a brick wall. You hit it too hard, you wind up on your own face.
That's kind of how we were told to learn to punch.
Learn to punch.
Yeah.
All right, predictions.
I was going to say it was Chance Cordova versus John Johnson. But
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That was the one-off, sure.
the one-off was a good one. All right, so for predictions, this is a 0 hour. We have got the Ring of Honor World Television Championship.
That was gold dust for a minute.
Yes, that's right. Ring of Honor Television Champion being defended on an AEW pay-per-view. Again, we know I don't like that, giving them their own pay-per-view and defend it there. But we have got Atlantis Jr., the champion, against Brian Cage. I get to start off predictions here, and I am saying that Atlantis Jr. is going to retain this belt successfully. Why? I have no idea, because I don't really watch Ring of Honor.
Which belt is this? The TV Championship.
Yeah, World TV Championship.
All right. No other reason? You just don't watch it and you just think?
No other reason than it's just, I don't know.
He's a luchador.
Let somebody in a hood have a belt.
All right. And I say he's already got the belt. And since Brian Cage has been in AEW/ROH, the only belt he has ever had was the one given to him by Taz when he was the FTW champion for a brief moment. So I'm saying Brian Cage.
I don't know. Didn't he also have the Ring of Honor 6-man tag with as Cage of Agony, those guys?
Oh, that might have been. But I'm still going to Brian Cage.
Okay, Brian Cage it is.
Corey?
How much time has Brian Cage really spent on Ring of Honor? Has he been over there as of late? Do we even know?
Yeah.
Pretty much since the beginning of Ring
Since
of
the
Honor,
beginning, he spent lots of time in Ring of Honor. He's probably one of the guys, one of the few that have bounced back and forth between the main roster, AEW, and Ring of Honor more than I think anybody else.
Briscoe.
I think Brian Cage has even spent more time back and forth between, at least since Tony Khan's ownership.
You might be right.
But he's been there a lot.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Brian Cage because Atlantis Jr. looks like he's 6.
and the fact that
he
I won the prediction, so he's following me. So.
There you go. All right. For the next matchup, I don't know if I don't know which ones are 0 hour, which one aren't, other than this one. This one was just announced. It is Hologram, who is currently undefeated, against the Beast Mordos in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Do it, Dust. Get him.
It's 2 out of 3 falls, mind you.
Dead ringer.
I'm going with Beast Mortis. Just because I don't like Hologram. You guys like him? I don't like him.
Oh, no. Who likes him?
Josh does.
Joshy likes.
Okay, hey,
Beast
have
Mortis.
You guys seen any? Did you see the match, or did you see even the highlights from Title Tuesday where it was Hologram versus Commander?
Oh, that's right. They had a Title Tuesday. I didn't watch it. Yeah.
No.
So Commander did his little like top rope. I'm gonna run across the ropes and then do the little plancha to the outside. And as he started going on the ropes, Hologram springboards to the top and jumps off to try to catch him into a Hurricane Rana while he's balancing on the top rope. And then Commander just catches him and jumps out into a fallout powerbomb and murders him. It was like, how do you balance like that? What type of stickum did they put on your boots for you to be able to hold the top rope? It was crazy. So anyway, I got a kick out of it. But they did also announce that Commander, I think after the last night's match, was 14-0 now. So he had been 13-0 at this point. Now he's 14-0. So they made sure to let us know that he's the next Goldberg. Just saying.
Okay.
Oh, Hologram. Okay. No.
Hologram or Commander?
They mentioned
Hologram.
No. I thought he was talking about Commander there for a moment.
I thought he said Commander, but
maybe I did.
Edit that
Hologram. No edits.
I'm going to say that the Beast Mortis is gonna do this. I mean, come on. He's just way more entertaining.
He is
all around in every aspect, every area. Now, I did see these guys face each other on a Saturday night. What was it? A couple months ago.
Yep.
And it was a heck of a good match. And I'm telling you right now, I didn't see Mortos take a second breath. He just stayed in there with him, and he just kept going. How a guy that size just
wrestling with all that on your face,
gas tank.
Yeah,
wrestling with all that on your face has that gas tank.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
And this one, I don't know quite yet if it had it just been announced before last night. This was the match. I would have picked Hologram instantly. After last night, there was a manager talent swap of some sorts. So the Don Callis family now has Lance Archer, and he's no longer with Jake Roberts, but Jake Roberts now has the LFI. So he's got the Beast Mortos. And at that point I was like,
three other luchadors.
Correct.
So.
Roosh.
Roosh and Dralistico, I think. So, I don't know. This one's hard. I'm going to pick the masked guy. That's
don't work.
I'm going to pick Hologram just to be contrary, and because I think they're kind of setting him up to be the Lucha Goldberg.
Don't you be contrary. That's my job.
So that's what it is. Okay, here's one that hasn't been officially announced with its own graphic, so I made one anyways. We have got the MXM Connection against the Acclaimed. And the MXM Connection basically just said, we are coming to take your spot because you haven't really done anything with it. So,
Corey.
Daddy ass.
Actually, I think
you're going with that whole team?
It's Hans Gunn, by the way.
Just Daddy ass.
It's what? It's Hans Gunn.
Hans Gunn now, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Whatever. I think we should bring back the plastic bags from the last pay-per-view, and I got 4 people that I need to put them on.
Nah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Acclaimed on this one. I would like to see the MXM Connection win. I just don't think it's gonna happen. So.
Okay, so both of you guys are going with the Acclaimed?
Correct.
By association, sure.
I really don't give 2 squirts, so I'll go with the Acclaimed just to make it a clean sweep.
Okay.
Just so we can completely ignore this match. Got it.
Exactly. Yep.
There we go. All right. Our second Ring of Honor title that is on the line is the ROH World Championship. And we have got Mark Briscoe going against the Ocho,
soon to be Nueve,
or soon to be Nueve. This one, and I hate that it falls on me to make the initial prediction, because I was looking through all of this, and this is the one that I'm having the hardest time predicting, and I guess because of that, I am going to use a mulligan.
Go for it.
Okay. All right.
I just don't know.
I love me some Mark Briscoe. Love me some Mark Briscoe. But I do believe that the word of the day is Nueve. I think Chris Jericho's going to win it.
Okay.
Did either of you see the learning tree thing where Chris wound up?
He took it pretty serious. Mark took that a little
serious. Bring it up, Jay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see Mark's promo from last night?
It was not as upbeat.
It was really simple, all up in the camera, and was pretty much, I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
I just walked away. He's like,
right.
Oh, no,
that's going to be a great match.
I think this has the potential to be the sleeper for match of the night. Like this one,
agreed.
Yeah,
it could very well be. Whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah, and swapping titles doesn't do anybody any good. I don't see it. I'm gonna go with Briscoe. Just the drama in like 1 week.
Yeah.
To quickly build up something in here. Now I'm interested. So.
Right.
Dustin's eyeballing something.
I'm eyeballing an eyeball. Does Mark Briscoe have a false eye?
I don't know. I think he just is able to do that.
He's just bug-eyed on one side.
Okay, so you guys split the difference. That did not help me out at all. I was hoping you two would agree so I could just do the opposite for fun.
I told you. Contrary is my job.
So yeah, this one's hard for all the same reason. I do, and then to throw in an added layer of confusion, we haven't heard what is going to happen with Ring of Honor with the new AEW Warner Brothers Discovery deal that they've got. I'm hoping that there is something that comes out of it, but if there is, then it would make more sense to have Chris Jericho being the champion. So just in the hopes that they are going to do something with it that is not going to be through Honor Club, maybe just Ring of Honor TV is through Max and just a weekly program on Max only. If that's what they do, beautiful.
That'd be awesome.
Because then that's just extra value. So I'll go with Chris Jericho. I will go with Nueve.
Now, can we just make a caveat and just put a little asterisk for the people listening or possibly watching this? These predictions are all made prior to Wednesday night's Dynamite.
No,
anything
there is no Dynamite.
There's no Dynamite.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night Dynamite. It was titled Tuesday. No Wednesday night Dynamite this week.
So I missed the whole thing yesterday. So great.
You missed the whole thing. We're giving you the recap that we caught.
Okay.
What we caught. Which is where you had only 5 or 6 matches and now there's 11.
Correct. Gotcha.
Gotcha. But yeah, there's still Rampage coming up that we don't know, and that's where I think there's probably still at least one more match, maybe 2 that are going to be announced. I just don't know what it's going to be yet.
Of course.
So, who knows?
Just 13 is a magic number.
Yep.
You're paying for all these people. Might as well get your money's worth out of them.
Hey, and apparently with this new Warner Brothers deal that they've got, AEW is now going to be quite profitable, like millions profitable after paying everybody and everything. So hey,
PPVs.
To be able to be turning a profit with this new deal, that's huge. And also they just announced today, as a side note, that Fox Sports Mexico just signed for all of the distribution rights in Mexico for all AEW programming.
Wow.
So that will be huge for that. Yeah. So that was a okay.
And aren't they talking with Peacock about something too?
Fox in the US.
Oh, it is Fox.
There's rumors that Fox in the US is looking for a potential AEW Shockwave show or something.
Right, that's what it was.
Except for unless you listen to
Rampage is going bye-bye.
Yeah, apparently Rampage is going bye. And then we'll see. But hey, another one that got announced last night is Hangman Adam Page versus Switchblade Jay White. And Jay White basically came out and he said, "That's right, I'm back and I have some unfinished business. There are two that have caused a problem. The first one, we had an issue when I got here. We still have an issue, and I'm going to deal with you, Hangman. And once I've dealt with you, Hangman, I'm going on to issue number 2 that took me out of action. But before I do that, I've got to put you in your place." So he was a roundabout way calling out Christian Cage.
Whose pick is this?
It would be your pick.
Okay, so this is going to really upset Corey, but I'm okay with that because that's my job as a younger brother. I love me some Magnum TA, but I'm going with Switchblade.
Jay White.
This don't offend me because Hangman looks like he's going to go, "Smells like dead fish."
He kind of looks like the Butcher with hair. So, anyway.
Butcher's little brother.
He does.
Jay White has always historically, from New Japan, had one of the most punchable faces.
Yep.
However, I really enjoyed watching him come back. So,
and it was, it's obvious he's Hangman, going face.
Yeah, and Hangman bores me.
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing he's done, single thing I've seen him in, it's just lukewarm. It's tepid milk. I don't care. So, Jay White.
Vanilla.
Jay White, okay. And for me, I'm actually going to go the opposite. I want Jay White to win, but I'm not going to do...
contrary.
No, I don't want to do what I want. I just think that the fact that he alluded to something with Christian Cage, even though he kept saying Hangman, 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 I could see them easily going with a feud either way.
Sure.
But the fact that you've still got Jay White as part of the Bang Bang Gang, and they have been becoming more of a face, I see there being a easy feud to set up with Hangman or Jay White and the Bang Bang Gang against Christian Cage and the Patriarchy. And I think the way to kick that off is to have Christian Cage come in and cause some more interference, letting Hangman get the win. So
good luck with Juice at ringside.
It could easily wind up being Christian Cage showing up after the match, but I'm going to go with Adam Page on that one. So, all right, Corey's pick is up, and we have AEW's TNT Championship, Jack Perry against Shibata.
Shibata.
Corey's picking Shibata.
Because, that other guy is the drizzling Shibata. Whoop him.
Okay.
Whoop him.
You're picking Shibata, and because Jack Perry gets that kind of a reaction out of so many people, I will pick Jack Perry because he just seems to be the punchable heel face
doing nothing. That's why he gets that. That's why he gets that. Not because he's not doing a Solo Sikoa that, you know what? I hate that guy. No, this is I'm bored. Get him off my TV.
And I'm not bored with him. This is the most personality I've seen out of him ever.
No, go back to Jungle Boy, and I still want you off my TV.
I do not want him to go back to Jungle Boy. So I'm going with Jack Perry on this. I think Jack Perry retains. I could see Shibata doing it, and I think Shibata deserves a shot.
The return of Adam Copeland.
Or Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, I'll take him too.
Who else? All right, Dustin, your shot.
I got to pick.
You got to pick between Jack Perry and Shibata.
I'm
looking at the person I want to see less than Jack Perry is that Daniel Garcia.
Oh, hey, he came back last night too.
I heard he signed. He signed back with AEW.
Yep.
La-di-da.
See if this works.
Nope.
Nope, it's not working. Oh, maybe.
You want Shibata.
Jack Perry.
Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. Jack Perry.
Okay.
Jack Perry.
Nope.
Siri has officially spoken.
Nope.
Jack Perry. Yep.
Dustin is going with Jack Perry on that one. Who gets the pick on this one? Is it me? Back to me?
Back to
on
you
the next
on
one,
the
yes.
Next one.
All right, back to me. Next one up is Darby Allin versus Brody King.
I'm so looking forward to this match.
See.
I am looking forward to this so much as well.
You already took your mulligan.
I already took my mulligan.
So Dustin didn't watch last night. So
nope.
Spoiler.
But I do have it recorded, so I will watch it later.
Yeah.
Do you want a spoiler?
Sure. I'll watch it anyway.
They had some words. They kind of started to get into it, and Darby took a rock about yay big and hit Brody King in the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. That is a Simon Miller crime counter just went up.
That solidifies my choice.
Yep.
So
go ahead. Joshy's first.
Yeah, this one is a rough one for me. It feels like they want to keep pushing Darby Allin.
Yeah.
So it feels like they want to do that. But oh, how I want there to be more of the House of Black involved.
So much more.
And I would love to see it. So I'm going to go with Brody King. Even though everything feels like it shouldn't be, I'm going with Brody King on this one.
So you guys know how I like sometimes telling a story to kind of lead up to my choice. I will say that one of my all-time favorite movies, kids movies of all time, is Despicable Me. I love me some Despicable Me. The only thing that I don't like about it is the big pink fluffy. Drives me up the wall. I'm going with Brody King. I want the fluffy to die. Brody King.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, okay. You will rarely hear me say this, but I want to see murder.
That was the last pay-per-view.
I want to see all of the House of Black, including Julia Hart, come out.
Including Julia.
And just stuff him down. But I think, now, if I remember right, Brody King and Darby Allin, they have faced off twice before, and they're 1-1.
They had a feud or something a couple years ago.
Yeah, and it was like ended in a casket match, if I remember right, or something like that.
But who got the upper hand yesterday?
Darby Allin.
So by that rationale and my logic, still going to Brody King. Solidifies.
Whatever.
And Corey,
I'm going with the one that I like to watch versus the one that I don't.
So it's a clean sweep with Brody King. Got it.
Okay.
I wouldn't wipe my butt with that fuzzy hoodie.
All right. Well, let's go to a couple more matches of people that Corey doesn't like to watch. Dustin, you get to start with this one. Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale. Now, it was initially supposed to be for Dynamite, for Title Tuesday, it was supposed to be Willow Nightingale versus Britt Baker, and the winner would go on to face Mariah May. But Britt Baker is sick, So it wound up being Willow Nightingale against Nyla Rose, against Jamie Hayter, against Saraya, with Harley Cameron out there. And Harley Cameron stole the match.
Schmoz.
She always does.
But Willow Nightingale wound up winning. She is going for the women's world title. I think it might be her first shot at the women's world title. I can't remember, but we got Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale.
So a year ago, if you would have asked me this, I would have said Willow Nightingale, because she was she was at the peak at that point, on the peak of her career.
Yeah,
she was doing so good. She had just won. They got that win over Mercedes Moné over in Japan.
With
she
New
was
Japan
doing
Strong.
Good down in Mexico. She was on top, and she was entertaining.
Yep.
Since then, she has fizzled something considerably.
And with the conglomerate. With the conglomeration.
She's trying to get some personality back with the conglomeration. That's what that whole thing is, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I see.
Now, I also say Mariah May is not that entertaining for me anymore. She was when she was with Tony.
Right.
Not so much anymore. I am going with Mariah May, though, in the hopes that Tony Storm makes an appearance.
Okay. Please.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. And I'm going to pretty much go with Mariah May because, well, if she wins, we still can have a story when Tony does return. If Willow wins, then what's the story?
Yep. Sky Blue.
Possibly.
Packer Green.
So, I am going to go opposite. I'm going to say Willow Nightingale, but I do agree with the outcome. I think we do see Tony come back, and I think Tony does a similar thing and costs Mariah May the title with just a little bit of a distraction. Willow winds up picking up the title, and we still get Mariah May versus Tony Storm. It's just we don't need a title in that, and I think that is a feud that's similar to the CM Punk Drew McIntyre thing that WWE had, where you can have a good feud between them that will draw, and you don't need the title in the mix. And I think sometimes you have champions that they elevate the title. Sometimes a title elevates the champion. Sometimes you're just a placeholder. I think Willow Nightingale, she needs the title to help bring her up a little bit. Right. And so I think that that's what they're going to, I'm hoping that's what they do, put a title on her, see if that helps to give her a little bit more of a push, because it did when she got the New Japan Women's Strong. So maybe this will work, and who knows who winds up taking it from her. Probably Mercedes Moné.
Julia Hart.
Hopefully Julia Hart.
Do you make your choice and then just go on and rationalize your choice?
He makes his choice,
or do you actually have a plan?
He actually picks a name out of a hat and then tries to talk himself into it.
Yeah, I've got an AI generator over here, and it just says, "Tell me what to do," and then gives me a script.
Damn Skynet.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes I've done this. I've made a pick, and I have rambled on about why I pick it, and you know what happens 30 seconds later? Corey's like,
talk yourself out of it.
I'm changing my pick now.
Valid point. Thank you.
So, all right. And hey, here's four more that I don't think Corey really enjoys watching, and it's his pick first. We get the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It's the Young Bucks against Private Party.
Yeah, okay. I hope the Young Bucks super kick Party's teeth out, because those guys suck.
Okay.
Suck.
There's a part of me that wants Private Party to get it just to shake things up.
No, you don't.
A part of me does, just so that we take it off of the Young Bucks.
No, you don't.
However,
you want to see the Outrunners come in and
I would love to see the Outrunners do it. I saw that the Outrunners have merch out now talking about hats.
Yes. Did you see the FTR Outrunners vignette?
That was
my
hilarious.
gosh.
The FTR runners.
Bleached must. Oh, the FT runners.
Yeah. They bleached out Dax's mustache.
That's hilarious.
Oh.
Okay, so Corey's going to the Bucks. Josh, you're going with...
I'll go with the Bucks.
I'll go with the Young Bucks just because I don't think Private Party is going to do it.
And I was looking around a minute ago trying to find, I know my very brilliant wife has a dictionary around here somewhere, and I was looking for it to see if their Private Party's picture was in there under the word of suck, according to what Corey says. But yeah, I'm going to go with Young Bucks. So
okay. All right, there we go. And that means it's back around to me for what very likely could be the match of the night. We have got the AEW International Championship on the line. It is Will Ospreay against Ricochet and Konosuke Takeshita. For a little context, yesterday, Dustin, some of the context here was that Don Callis was trying to get Kyle Fletcher to hit Will Ospreay with a screwdriver and confronting him about it and go do this, and Fletcher walked away. Then there was an AEW exclusive video they released later, and Fletcher basically said, he's my best friend and you're asking me to do that. And Don Callis is like, yeah, but we're family. And he's like, well, a family wouldn't ask you to do this. And he's like, you know what I think of this? And he shoves it into Don Callis' chest and walks away. All that being said, I think
channel a little Simon Miller there.
I think that Dustin's going with a mulligan, so he's waiting until both of us pick. Hey, it's my turn up here. I already took my mulligan.
Do it.
I think Konosuke Takeshita is going to win this match.
Cool.
And I think it's definitely going to be with some outside interference between Will Ospreay, or from Kyle Fletcher on Will Ospreay. I think he'll turn. It'll set up an Ospreay-Fletcher feud, and it'll leave Ricochet to run after the belt with Takeshita, still leaving an opportunity down the road next year at like Double or Nothing for Ospreay and Ricochet. So I'm going with Takeshita. Dustin takes a mulligan. It's Corey.
Dustin takes a mulligan. I'm going to say that they need to get this title off of Ospreay so that he can start going after the world. So Takeshita.
You guys suck. All right. So here's what I'm going to say.
I can see it going any way.
If he just hands it to Ricochet, then that's boring storytelling.
I'm going off of something Josh said earlier. Sometimes a wrestler elevates a title. Sometimes the title elevates the wrestler. Takeshita needs a title. He needs a title to help give him a personality because he has none. Ricochet and Ospreay, they don't need a title to have an amazing match. They don't need to have a title to have a pay-per-view quality match.
Correct.
So, here's my prediction. I, too, am going with Takeshita, and my hope is it is going to be interference by not only Kyle Fletcher, but the returning Mark Davis, and then we're going to end up with a tag match with Kyle and Mark against Ricochet and Will Ospreay, which will then spin off into more feud between Ricochet and Ospreay. That's my long-winded prediction after my mulligan.
All right.
Force them into a tag so that they can split as a tag, which then leads them up to All In Texas, where they can go at it for the world title.
Maybe. Well, Dustin, you took a mulligan on that one, but you are leading off this one, and it will likely be the main event. It is the World Championship. It is Brian Danielson against Jon Moxley. Keeping in mind they are in Tacoma, Washington, right inside Brian Danielson's backyard, and he has said that this is his last year. He's still working without a contract, and as soon as he loses, he's done with full-time wrestling.
Full-time. He needs surgery too, right? Next surgery?
And I don't know.
Of the year.
Yeah, before the end of the year, he's supposed to have surgery. It kind of feels like it. I think I said this months ago that Brian Danielson would likely lose at Wrestledream, and Moxley seems like the perfect person to do it. You're up. You get the first pick, Dustin.
I already said it was easy. I was looking around for my John Moxley book that I have sitting here somewhere, but they're not going to do the build up like this with Mox and the Blackpool Combat Club, the new one or whatever you want to call it. They're not going to build all of that up to turn around and just have it fizzle and have him get beaten, in my opinion. So I'm going with Mox on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. As much as it kind of throws the whole, I don't know, Christian having a title shot whenever he wants, kind of dangling out there, and again, where's MJF dangling out there, and whatnot, and what other babies can come in, and where the story's going forward, who knows?
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, the storyline with Mox when he's come back and they're starting to build this new combat club, it seems like they're leading to somebody else running the show, and he's doing things that he says he doesn't want to do, but he's doing it anyways. Who knows why? What's going on? They got more story there. And if he loses now, then it kind of just, I don't know. It just kind of
made it all for nothing.
Ignores all that. There's nothing there. Whereas if Daniel drops the belt and he goes off in the sunset and gets surgery and then comes back on a part-time basis and cleans house from time to time and has a big return and whatnot, then that's more story there too, and builds up his whole drama. So yeah, going with Mox. It makes sense.
It makes sense, which gives me pause because it makes so much sense.
AEW doesn't always do what typically makes sense.
Well, and I'm just wondering,
typically,
could we see Shane McMahon showing up?
Yeah, in charge of Mox.
Absolutely.
He's the one steering Mox.
But Shane and Brian Danielson had a good working relationship, and
right. But all three of those guys, Mox and what's his face,
Claudio.
The big moose.
Yep.
And
but
even,
there's and Pac
ears.
Yep.
All worked for the Fed, and
this is their third match. But Moxley's won both of the last two. So is he going to win this one? I don't know. It feels like this is the right time. It feels like he's dropping the belt. It feels like he's going and getting surgery, that he will rehab, and we'll see him next year at Wembley or something. You know, it feels like that's what's going to happen. And because it feels that way, I have to say, no, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to go with Brian Danielson just because I don't know why, but it feels like there's going to be something. It feels too neat. It feels just way too neat. And this is, I don't know. It feels like something has to happen. It feels like there has to be some type of a swerve, something that I don't see, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to go with Brian Danielson and fully realize that this might just solidify that I do not get my crown back. So
you saw me polishing my belt right there, right?
I saw you polishing the belt. And I think the only other thing that possibly is going to happen here that we didn't get to mention is, where is Mercedes Moné in this one? And
Who cares?
It feels like,
Who cares?
I do. It feels like
You're
she's
the only
going
one
to show up. So who knows? You know what? I know exactly what it's going to be. Brian Danielson retains, and then he immediately gets challenged by the man. Becky Lynch shows up.
Mercedes Moné is going to hang out with the business.
That's quite possible. So, anywho,
he did
that's
hand her his card.
I guess that's what we've got for predictions. It's going to be an interesting one. We've all got several different things that are happening, and who knows what will take place. You guys let us know what your thoughts are, what your predictions are, and we will catch you next week with a little bit of a recap. And I don't know what time it starts. No clue, but it's Saturday. Okay. West Coast, right, probably cool. It's got 0 hours, so it'll probably start at like 5 p.m. Central.
Sounds good.
2 a.m. Got it.
All right. Catch you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.